Everyone's now has to, by law, use the cattle tags, and so we've been doing that for a little while anyway. So it's just an extension to that. All our ewes are heavy REID tagged, and we tag all our ewe lambs at docking. So from the finishing side of things, I think it's almost a no-brainer that it's going to add value. You can monitor growth rates in your lambs and monitor different forages and work out, when you can market stock. On the maternal side, it's a little bit harder. So we're looking at trying to identify our top-performing ewes through EID. But how we do that is we can't match up lambs, weaned lambs to the ewes. We can only go up till scanning, so they get scanned, and then we can then record those ewe lambs as whether they're a single, twin or triplet, and then follow those ewe lambs right through and back into our system. So what we're trying to do is see how quickly we can identify a high performing sheep and have them as our replacements. Yeah, it is a bit of extra work. I mean, the guys currently do it anyway at key times of the year, but we just do it on a sort of 50 or 100 out of each mob, whereas we're looking at maybe at certain key times of the year, at least twice a year, doing the whole mob on an individual animal basis. One of the key times we're looking at doing is at scanning. So the ewes are all coming through the yards reasonably slowly, and we can set up our machine out the front and look at collecting the data as they come out of the scanner. And the other key time we're looking at doing is probably after weaning. So just after weaning, bringing the ewes back through the yards and collecting the same information. So condition score, weight against an EID tag. We're finding them really good. They're easy to put in. Our retentions are pretty good. Placement of the tag's key. So if we get a good person putting the tags in at docking, certainly makes a big difference. There's just a lot of scientific work that's been done in the South Island that there's no economic benefit, whereas there's no increased lamb weaning weight by having a ewe any heavier than 3.5 condition score. And so that's what we're sort of working on. There's no actual point. We're now sort of starting to think that we can pull back our 4s back to 3.5 and then put more feed into our sheep that are under 3 to lift them up to 3 and 3.5. Everyone's a little bit different, so everyone's condition score is slightly different. And you can be up to half a condition score out depending on the person. So it's key for us when we do our big condition scoring of all our ewes, those 2 key times, the same person does it both times so that we get the same consistent trend, as opposed to having a different person comes in. It can cause a bit of a skew in the data. As the sheep are running forward, James is putting his hand on them around the mid-rib, and he is then making a condition score, so that condition score is ranking between 1 and 5. That sheep is then moving forward and going into the crate, and then from there the ID tag is automatically recorded and its weight's recorded, and that's sent automatically to the 5000. James is then inputting in the condition code, and then that's locked in, and then it drafts accordingly. So we currently have the Pratley set up to draft according to condition. In our situation at scanning time, we normally draft them according to their scanning, so whether they scanned dry, single, twin, triplet, but we can set the 5000 to whatever you want. You can draft on whatever code you want to draft on.